Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Ruzina Yassin. I am librarian at GCTW Little Road, Lahore. Today I am going to discuss an interesting and powerful topic, the art of storytelling, how to captivate and inspire others. Storytelling is one of the oldest and most effective way of communicating ideas, emotions, experiences and lessons. A good story can capture our attention, touch our hearts and inspire us to take action. Today, I will ask ChatGPT some thought-provoking questions to understand how storytelling can help us become better communicators and inspire others. So let's begin with ChatGPT. Assalamu alaikum ChatGPT.
Walaikum salam. How's your morning going?
I'm well and good. And how's morning are going?
I'm doing great. Quiet and steady so far.
Okay. Today my topic is how the art of storytelling, how to captivate and inspire others.
Ah,
I
nice.
want to some questions related to my topic. Are you ready for my questions?
Hit me with him.
Okay. So my
Mm-hmm.
first question is, what is storytelling and why is it important in communication?
Storytelling at its core is sharing experiences in a way that connects emotionally. It's important because our brains remember stories far better than isolated facts. A good story makes ideas stick, builds trust, and can inspire people to act rather than just understand. It's like turning information into something felt, not just heard,
Why do people remember stories more easily than facts and information?
because stimulate multiple parts of the brain. So when we hear a story, we don't just process the words, we visualize them, feel emotions, and sometimes even sense smells or sounds. That emotional and sensory engagement creates stronger memory traces than plain data does.
What makes a story interesting and engaging for an audience?
Ooh, hmm. Stakes, tension, and relatability. If the audience can see themselves in the situation or feel curiosity about what happens next, they're hooked. Clear details, a sense of change or growth, and a touch of authenticity. All of that makes listeners care about what happens rather than just listen.
How can storytelling help us connect emotionally with other people?
It works because emotions are universal. When you share a story about struggle or joy or even failure, people relate through empathy. They remember how that story made them feel, and that feeling becomes the bridge between you and them.
What are the essential elements of a powerful story?
First, a clear purpose. Know what you want the listener to take away. Then, characters they can care about. Some conflict or obstacle that creates interest, a turn or resolution that shows change, and details vivid enough to imagine, but not so many that they get lost.
Okay. How important is a strong beginning in storytelling?
Extremely important. Those first few seconds decide if people lean in or tune out. A sharp hook, a question, a surprising image, something emotionally intriguing sets the tone and earns attention.
How can we create the curiosity so that people want to hear the whole story?
You can plant a question early, like, something they want answered. Then pace the reveals, give little hints, but hold back just enough. Tension builds curiosity, and curiosity keeps ears locked in.
Okay. What role do emotions play in making a story memorable?
Emotions are the glue. They signal the brain that this matters. Emotion laced moments get stored with stronger connections. So when something makes us laugh, feel sad, or hopeful, it's more likely to stick and be retold.
Okay. How can personal experiences make our stories more authentic and powerful?
Personal experiences bring truth. When you speak from something you've actually lived, the tiny details, nervous pause, the smell of a place, the emotion bubbling under the surface, all of that feels undeniable. And listeners can sense that. It doesn't have to be dramatic, it just needs to be honest, lived in, and human.
How can we use simple language to make our stories easier to understand?
Short sentences, everyday words, concrete images. Instead of, he was experiencing anxiety, try, his hands were shaking. Simple, precise, and easy to picture. Let the feelings do some of the heavy lifting, not fancy phrasing.
How can storytelling improve teaching and learning?
It can turn lessons into something real. Instead of memorizing abstract facts, students connect ideas to a narrative, which helps meaning stick. Teachers can use short stories or even students' own experiences to illustrate a point that makes learning active and memorable and often more motivating.
How can leaders use storytelling to motivate and inspire their teams?
Leaders can share stories about purpose, not just targets, like moments when the team made a difference or overcame a challenge. That kind of story can remind people why their work matters and build a shared identity that feels commitment.
What common mistakes should we avoid when telling a story?
Overloading with details, talking in circles, and forcing emotions instead of letting them emerge naturally. And forgetting the point. Always tie the story back to the message that you're trying to convey.
How can we turn an ordinary experience into an inspiring story?
Spotlight the moment something changed, what you realized, what it cost, and what it meant after. That term gives ordinary experiences meaning that others can carry with them.
What practical steps can beginners take to become better storytellers?
Start small. Share short personal anecdotes. Practice clear beginnings and endings. Ask listeners for what stuck and refine based on that feedback. And kind of watch great storytellers and notice how they pace, how they emphasize. Then try it yourself. Iterate, play, and don't over polish. Just keep it human and keep it relatable.
Good. My last question is, what is the most important message we should remember about the power of storytelling?
That stories make ideas human. And when something feels human, it has the power to move hearts, not just minds.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for these valuable insights.
Anytime. Glad to help.
Okay, thank you. Today we learned that storytelling is much more than simply telling a sequence of events. It is a powerful way to connect, communicate, teach, motivate, and inspire. A great story can make people feel something, remember something, and sometimes even change the way they think or act. We do not need to be professional writers to become good storytellers. We simply need to observe our experiences, understand our audience, speak with sincerity, and share our message with confidence. Let us remember facts can inform people, but stories can touch their hearts. So let us learn to tell stories that educate, encourage, inspire, and create meaningful connection with others. Thank you everyone for listening. Keep learning, keep sharing, keep telling your stories, and keep inspiring others. Allah Hafiz.
I mean, beautiful closing. Allah Hafiz.